Hello, we're here at the Mobile World Congress 2019 in Barcelona, and it's day 3. We're joined by Robin Mersch, who is CEO of the Broadband Forum. Robin, welcome.
Hi.
Yesterday there was a press release announced Wi-Fi test standard, the TR398. Can you tell us a little bit about the standard and the value it will provide for customers and carriers?
Well, so TR398 is really kind of focused on delivering carrier class Wi-Fi. So, why we focused on this particularly? Well, Wi-Fi has been a standard for some time, but has been very focused on the consumer market. And if you look at it from a kind of carrier's perspective, most broadband traffic is now delivered via Wi-Fi. So one of the biggest issues for them is really making sure that that delivery is at their kind of carrier class, which means kind of very reliable. It means that you're not getting things like jitter and packet loss, and that the delivery is in such a sort of way that the user is getting maximum benefit and maximum customer service. So we develop these standards to be able to test against those kind of metrics, so that the carrier gets less delivery problems and the user gets a much better experience.
In terms of the partnerships, can you tell us a little bit more about who's contributed to formulating the standard?
Well, as an organisation, so we actually have about 160 members. Not all members participate in every sub-project, so for this one I think we had something like 16 contributing companies. Huawei, of course, were one of the sort of major ones. But it's really a kind of group effort. It's between operators and the vendor community, and the vendors would be from CPE companies, from system vendors, from chip makers, right across the sort of supply chain. That's kind of it's kind of how standards work. It's the supply chain gets involved to be able to deliver the right kind of specifications.
And so moving forward, what measures will you be taking to promote the standards wider in the industry?
Well, I'm really glad you asked me that question, because I think that's one of the sort of things that we need to be probably much better at in the sort of standards field, because we're technically very good. I mean, I blow my own trumpet sort of here as an organisation, but technically we deliver very good specifications. The issue is really making sure that the industry knows that these things exist, and that they're promoted in the right way, because then you see them in RFPs, you see vendors implementing them in their technologies, whether it's sort of software or hardware. Of course, the member base of companies is important for establishing that, but I think doing things like this actually is very valuable. You need to get the message out there that standards are available. Then it gets adopted and it becomes kind of a virtuous circle. I mean, there are a lot of other things we need to be sort of doing. So apart from just promotion, is just developing the test plans more, getting test labs involved. There's other kind of projects we have which are ancillary to this. So there's one called the User Services Platform, which is all about management of devices and services in the home. So that has a relationship, of course, with Wi-Fi, because those management standards actually partly manage Wi-Fi. And then there's some other sort of projects we have ongoing. So one for mesh Wi-Fi. So we're doing some sort of projects there as well. It's kind of a never-ending sort of thing, to be honest with you. It's always this kind of search for perfection. You never quite sort of like get there, but that's what you're always striving for, is for really the user to have that kind of completely seamless experience.
Thank you very much, Robin, and that concludes our interview.
Great.